Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Alana. I am Mrs.SmithStitches here on YouTube as well as on Instagram, and thank you so much for joining me today. This is my Flosstube channel where I talk primarily about cross stitch and the projects that I'm working on and the plans that I have for future projects to work on. This is Flosstube number 34 and I'm so glad you're with me today. I'm filming this on, it's Friday, November the 7th, I think it's the 7th. So probably a week later than I had originally planned to film. I try to put videos up about the first of the month if I can, and time just got away from me. It just did. It does that sometimes. There was Halloween and then I worked and then, I don't know, it's just been a bit crazy as per usual in my life. So I am a bit late filming this, but hopefully it'll be up by this afternoon. So I think I'll just jump right in. I am sort of diving now into Christmas stitching, so I'll go over, I had a few new starts for November. I always think I don't have a ton to show, and then when I actually lay it all out, there was a little bit more than I was expecting. I had a couple new starts, no finishes, some whips, and then I have a few new starts planned for another one for November, and then a couple for December that I'll probably show you today. So I'm just going to dive right in. My first one, I don't think I started this before my last video, and I'm going to apologize today because I did not iron anything, and I almost always iron, but I really wanted to get this video up, and I was really not going to be able to do that if I had to iron everything. So I'm kind of regretting it. I'm not going to lie. I really like it when it's all ironed and pretty and like laid out. So everything's still in their bags, and a bit of a mess. So I apologize. I apologize for that. I don't love that when I don't take the time to iron, but today is Friday and we have some Christmas shopping planned with the girls. My daughter-in-law and I are taking off this afternoon to do some Christmas shopping. I'm actually I wouldn't say almost done. I'm almost done for my grandkids. So I have 4 kids, all of whom are married or have a significant other, and then we have 4 grandkids, 3 and under. So the kids I'm pretty much done for. Like, I'd like to get them each an ornament. I usually do that. And that's about it. I think I have little tiny little things and they're done. My kids, I've got some things bought, some things not bought, but at least I kind of have ideas for almost everybody. That's the biggest thing when they're grown-ups, is like ideas of what to get them. The kids are easy. The kids are the easiest ones to at least at the ages they are at now, they're easy. Anyway, so we're going to do a little shopping tonight. So I'm on a bit of a time crunch to get this done. So I didn't take the time to iron. Now I've got threads absolutely everywhere. I didn't take the time to do that either, because usually when I'm ironing, that's when I deal with my little loose threads and stuff. So sorry. It's gonna be a little as it is. It's just gonna be as it is today. But I really wanted to get the video up. I was kind of missing filming, and I wanted to get all of this up so I can dive right into all my Christmas stitching. Okay. I've rambled now, as I do. So this is I think this is the first new start of October. I don't think I showed this in my last video, but I honestly don't remember. So if I'm showing it again, I apologize. This is the Butternut House Pin Keep by Stacy Nash Primitives. I bought this and kitted this last year at Hobby House when I went there in the fall, and never started it. And I don't remember why. I'm stitching with all the called for on, this is hand dyed by Rolanda 40 count iced coffee. And this is my start so far. See, I already don't like that I didn't iron. That's okay. Well, we're gonna work with it. I think it looks so cute. So I only worked on this for probably about 2 nights, and this is as far as I got. I'm going to apologize for my lighting. It is dark here today. I'm filming it. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning and it's just dark. We're hitting that time of year. So that is my start on the Stacy Nash Butternut House. I forget who I first saw stitching that, but I remember like it being one of those where as soon as I saw it, I was like, add to cart. And then I didn't start it. So, but it started now. I would say most of my fall stuff will probably go away now. I don't really stitch a lot of fall in November. I kind of full on Christmas now. It's full on Christmas. So another start that I have, but I don't have the picture to show you, and honestly I'm not spectacular at editing, so I probably won't even pop it up, but it is called Be Thankful by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread, and it's also very wrinkly. Next time I'm definitely ironing because it's going to bother me. And here's my little start. I am using all the called for this as well. It's a combination of, I think it's a combination of everything. A couple of fancy flosses, a couple of GMCs. I am stitching this with my friends. I'm going to forget everybody's name. Michelle and Karen. I will link, Karen is KBH Stitches on Flosstube as well as on Instagram. And Michelle is the Red Dirt Stitcher on Instagram. So they actually started a sal, and I was chatting with Michelle and she's like, do you want to join us? And I'm like, sure I do. That's what I need, is another new start. It's cute. It's quick. Like this is the house start here, and it only goes over to like here. Like it's not very big. I have put the house somehow in the wrong. It's one stitch closer to here than it should be. And then I was like, oh, do I finish it? Do I rip it out and move it over when I did the roof? So then I just put it away. That's how I dealt with that. I just put it away. So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know. I kind of wanted to get that finished because it's not very big. So I may leave that one out, but now I'm cranky because I think it's going to bother me to have that house one closer. So I think I'm gonna have to rip it out. And the letters Be Thankful are in Flatfish, which I thought I had, and I don't. And I'm not, I think it's Weeks. I think it's Weeks Flatfish. And I swear I had that, but I don't. And now I have to pick a color for the letters, and I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I'll do with that one. I very easily put things in timeout. I am stitching that on 40 Count Arrowroot by Roxy Floss Co. with, so far, the call for colors. We'll see if I end up replacing that Flatfish color for something else. I'm not sure. I swear I had that, but I don't. So we'll see. I suspect it'll end up in timeout, and I'll pull it out next year and be like, oh my gosh, I liked that so much. And then I'll forget that I didn't move the house over, and I'll start all over again. Okay, start number 3. I did 3 new starts so far since I filmed my last video. 2 started in November, and that one was in October. And this I'm also stitching with Michelle, the Red Dirt Stitcher. Danny, Loving Stitching. Oh gosh, I wrote them down. I forget. Lisa from Red Poppy Crafts. There's one more. Oh, 501 Stitcher, whose name I'm absolutely blanking on, but I'm going to leave everybody down below because they almost all of them have a floss tube. So I will link all their floss tubes down below. What's her first name? I'm sorry. I didn't write everything down. I only wrote down the names of their floss tube. That's where I went wrong. That's where I went wrong. As soon as I stop filming, her name is going to pop into my head. Or midway through something else, her name is going to pop into my head. Anyway, we started Peace and Goodwill. That's what it's called, right? Also by Brenda Gervais. I feel like I bought this last year and then just never started it. And we got chatting and we're like, oh, this will be a fun new start. So we started this December 1st. I am stitching this with all the called for as well on 40 Count Tabby Cat Lollybrook. And here is my start. I did change the house color. I stayed up so late last night stitching the house color. I had a Zoom call with a couple of friends, and I got a late start to my night because I had to go to Costco, and Costco just is a lot. And I had really hoped to finish the house so you'd get like the whole effect of the red house, and I just didn't. And then I didn't have time this morning, and I'm like, I'll never film if I have to finish that house. So I did change just to the red. I think it's Oh, I don't have it in front of me. It's the red that's up here. That's the called for red. And I did darken the colors, the piece in Goodwill. It was called for, I used Heritage Gold, which is in here. Heritage Gold was actually the original color of the house. So it was a color that's in the pattern, and I forget the one that it was called for I didn't have. So I just decided to make it like darken it up a little bit, but I think it looks good so far. It's very pretty. It's also not very big. So I'm hoping to, I think I'll stitch on this for a few more days to see how far I can get. But yeah, so that is my last new start of, well, since my last video. I don't want to say of November because I have another new start planned. I'm just going to put this over here because I don't have a bag for it. I have no more project bags, which means I need to finish some projects, because in this summer I made another, like, I think I did 9 bags, and I had like 5 or 6 that weren't like slotted for anything, and now I have none. So I'm starting too many things and I'm not finishing enough things. This is what we're going wrong here. And I don't usually like double up projects, but I may have to do that. So I need to really, I'm actually really excited about getting, usually at the first of the year, I do like the whip parade like everybody else does. And I'm actually super excited to just like pull everything out and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to work on this year. I did join a Facebook group. It's called Stitch Your Stash 2026. I actually think it was for 2024 and they just changed the name because they're just going year by year and I never did it. But I think that is my plan for 2026 is to, I have a new year, new start, and then I'm going to try to, I say this every year, I'm going to really try to at least finish off more whips than I start. That's my goal, is to try not to buy, I know I'll buy, I mean, you just do, you buy stuff. But I'm really going to try to like get some stuff actually finished and fully finished on the wall. I suspect if you look at this time last year, my videos will say the exact same thing. In the new year, I'm going to do all of this stuff, and then I get caught up into the swing of everything, and start all the things and finish nothing. But I wish I was better at like tracking what I'm actually finishing, because I am finishing stuff. I'm not fully finishing a lot. But I do wish I kept a better track of, like, people keep their stats of like how many things they started and how many things they finished. And I kind of wish I was better at keeping track, but I'm not. Okay, so now on to our whips. These are the things I worked on since my last video, beginning of October. So the first one is Midnight Watch. And I had hoped to get this finished in time for Halloween. Honestly, if I hadn't have stitched on so many other things, I really could have gotten this finished. This is Blackbird Designs, and I'm stitching it on. I wrote it down here. 36 count beige, so nothing very exciting. Oh, and it's got a dangly thread too. This is why I iron my project, so I don't have dangly threads everywhere. Because I never finish a thread. I always like leave a working thread. Always, always, always. But I try to push them to the back. Okay, so here is where I am. I did finish the house. So from the last time you guys have seen this, the house is done. So I really could, I know, I'm kind of like, ugh, I really should have pushed through and just finished it. I'm kind of, but now it's not Halloween anymore and I don't want to work on it. But I know when I pull it out next year, I can finish it quickly, because it is, that house was the biggest, the house and the moon was big too, but the rest of it is basically just alphabet and the rest of this border, which is really cute. The only thing I changed, everything is called for except the moon. The moon was originally ginger snap, I want to say, and it really matched my fabric. So I changed it to white lightning and turned it into more of like a white full moon. But yeah, I think it turned out really cute. It's adorable, and it really isn't going to be that much for me to finish it. But it will be tucked away now till next year and finished. Hopefully finished in the next fall. I very much, if you are new here, am a seasonal stitcher. With the exception of Jolly July, which I absolutely love to do. I really stitch like in the months. So I probably won't, maybe I will, maybe I'll make some changes to my plans for the new year and try to pull out some of those so they're finished, fully finished for the season. I do find that often the seasonal stuff that I stitch, I want it done for the season, and I don't. I can maybe finish it, but can't get it fully finished. We were talking last night on our Zoom call, and 2 of us have started the Modern Folk Embroidery 2021 sale. I started mine in 2021. And we were talking about it last night, and it's just like, this is so silly. Like, it's so close. Like, if I took like a month and just worked on that, it would be done and framed, and it's so pretty. So I don't know if I'll do that exactly, but I'd like to definitely take, like maybe, I don't know, work on it 5 days a month and kind of do that. I've got quite a few bigger ones that well, when I do my real parade, you'll see, but that I like really haven't touched at all this whole year. So, and I really would like to get them done. So we'll see. This is another WIP. Now let me see if I can find the cover page for it. There it is. This was actually my birthday start this year. So this is Autumntown by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I started this September 18th of this year, and I am stitching it on 36 count agave by Zweigart. And yeah, I was waiting for some of the variegated trees are silks, Gloriana silks, and I was waiting for the one to come in the mail, which is this one, this corner one here. So I only stitched a little tiny bit of it. And here's where I am. I honestly haven't gotten much farther. So wrinkly. I haven't gotten much farther than I was the last time you saw it. I basically just did the tree and like, I think some of the clouds. I really haven't. And this here, it seems very see-through. There we go. Yeah, the wrinkles. This is going to drive me crazy. Iron your stuff, Alana. So yeah, I love this one. I really, really love this one. This is one that I would consider keeping in my rotation like year round once I get some of the other bigger projects finished. And it actually is going very quickly. Like I haven't spent very many days on this, and I feel like it really, like it's not full coverage, but it is in parts of it. And I just feel like it's going. I just feel like it's stitched up really nicely. I don't like the silks though. I like the look of the silks. I don't like the silks. Like I don't like working with them. They're like, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I do like here, now that I put it away. So the red is the Gloriana silk, and then this little tree, there's more of these to come, is also Gloriana silk. And yeah, I don't think silks, I don't know. I've never done a whole project with silk. And I haven't tried, like I know people really like the Vicky Clayton silks, or they like, I guess people like all the silks, but I'm not, so far, not a fan. They catch on things and they're kind of, I don't know, but I absolutely love the effect. So I would certainly, in this project where there's only 2 of them, to me, it would absolutely be worth it to keep them. But I just don't know. I don't love the way they lay. Like they don't seem, maybe it's because I'm on 36 count. It would look better on a 40 count. I'm not sure. I don't love the way they lay on like my stitches don't look as neat. Maybe it's just my technique because I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, I've lost track of how many whips now I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're just winging it today. This is another whip that I worked on that I kind of pulled out on a day that I haven't pulled this out in a long time. I started this forever ago. I have absolutely no idea what I'm stitching it on. Actually, that's not true. I do. I'm stitching it on 28 count wheat Lugana. So I started this a while ago because I don't think I stitch anything on 28 count. It also has a random thread that I'm going to fix because it's going to bother me. And it's super duper duper cute. And I just like randomly pulled it out one day and I was like, I should work on this. And now, so it's Autumn Lane Avenue by a Little Stitch Girl. Yeah. So this is what it looks like. It's so cute. It's so, so cute. And I don't like the house color that I ended up. So this is the called for. I'm stitching it with, I think, all the called for. Oh, let me get my, one moment. Let me get my board. I went through the trouble of making this board. I don't use it half the time. Okay. Also super wrinkly. Okay. So I don't love, the greenhouse seems very dark to me. It is the called for, I think it's, I don't know, green with envy, but here it looks lighter. And then this. And then it kind of, the little scarecrow is stinking adorable though. I don't know. I feel like I need to change it and I didn't want to pull it out. And then I'm thinking maybe I don't need to change it and I can just keep going. And then I stall out. This is what happens when I, when I have to make a decision. This is what happens. I'm like, I'll just put it away and I'll think about it and I won't think about it for another year. And then I'll pull it out and be like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. So I don't know. I think it's dark, but does it matter? I don't know. I really like the other two houses. So I'm not sure. Part of me is like, it'd be nice with like a red house. It feels very fall. I'm not sure if the green feels fall to me. Like the house I did on this one that I never all the way finished. Here, I don't remember the color. Here, let me put this down. But I never finished this. My autumn. I think I showed it in my last video. This was like country redwood, I want to say. Like I feel like that house color would look better. I really need to fully finish this. I also need to start the winter one so I can have my... I actually took down my little calendar that I have there normally because it still had the summer one up. I don't know. Opinions are welcome. If anybody has an idea what to do with that. But I just didn't love the green. And then part of me was just, I just didn't want to rip it out. I was like, oh, I don't want to. So I put it away. But it's cute. It would be so cute. Like I could put it on a little board and it could sit here in the fall. I think it's just adorable. Like I still really like it. And I really don't mind stitching on the Lugana. Like I'm not one, like 40 count is really my preference. Like it's my go-to, but I have no problem stitching like smaller projects on different counts. So I don't know. Anyway, okay. If anybody has any ideas. Okay, so my next project is my Anniversaries of the Heart. So it doesn't look a ton different since the last time I showed it, but I am going to show it anyway because I did do I put some stitches in. I did finish, it's a little bit big. It might do better on the board too. I almost finished my October block. And I say almost because I don't have one of the colors. So the color that, okay guys, here we go. The color that goes here is a color that I don't have. And when I went to get it at the store, they didn't have it either. So I forget what it is. I've popped it onto my newest 1-2-3 stitch order that I haven't actually placed yet. And I did a tiny start on block 5. Just right there, just a little itty bitty start. But I did mostly finish it. I did do the personalization on it. I'll bring it a little bit closer for this one. That was for my son Joshua. And yeah, so it's done except for that one thing. So here it is. I haven't finished my personalization for this one. So this block, I really need clips or something on this. Where did I put those? The block that I haven't finished, here, I have some clips here. There we go. See, I was not prepared for this video at all, so it won't fall down on me. All right, let's get this going here. There we go. So my first block is me and my husband. My second block is my oldest son. And this third block was his wife and his daughter. And as I was stitching that, they told us they're having another baby. So I have another grandbaby coming in March of next year. And so then I was like, oh, do I try to fit the baby's names in here? Or do I add, but then if I add another block for the babies, I'm off. Anyway, I decided I'm going to try to fit my daughter-in-law's and both the kids' names in here somewhere. It just has to be little. I mean, it's for me. It's not going to them. And then this will be my son's, this will be my daughter. This block down here is going to be her 3 kids. And I contemplated putting all 3 kids, all 5 of them together. And I may still do that. So that's why I haven't finished, like just doing a grand kid block. So that's why I haven't done, and I thought about splitting boys and girls. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not still 100% sure. So hers is like finished except for where I'm going to personalize it. And I left some space because I just wasn't sure how I was going to do it. And this will be my daughter's. This will be her. This was, the plan was that'll be her kids, because she has 3 and I was running out of room. And then I'm going to do the long block that has like my name on it. Anyway, here's is so far. I know that I could add on, I don't know, the numbers just aren't super even. So I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to do my middle son's because he doesn't have children. He's easy. He doesn't have children either. And then yeah. Or I could do the 2 daughters with their moms and then the boys over. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. So that's why I'm just going to do the blocks. I'm going to do as much of the blocks as I can. And then I'm going to wing it. I'm going to wing it and I'm going to love it because I have always wanted to stitch this one. And I think I'm going to hang it back here when it's done because my daughter really wants that one for her house. And she keeps asking me every time she comes into my craft room when I'm going to finish something for there. And who knows? Who knows? But this was my new year, new start this year. So I think I've really done quite well. Like I've got 4 blocks mostly done and the 5th started. So I never planned to do all 12 just because I think it'll be too big. But so yeah, so I think I did pretty good on that one for my new year, new start, since I think I have quite a few that I've never finished ever, that I started for New Year's. Oh, sorry, I'm stitching that on. Let's see. It's 40 count. I have my little sticker here. I've been making little tags so that I remember, especially the projects that I'm doing like kind of longer term. I don't remember. So I am stitching that on 40 Count Latte by XJU. It's lovely. That's, I think, the first time I've ever used XJU, and it's so nice. And I'm using mostly the called for. These are old patterns, like 2018, I think. Here's the one. I'll show you the one that I'm working on for Evan. It's this one. I'm doing them out of order. So I'm picking the ones that either my kids picked that they liked the best or the ones that sort of match either their birth date or like this is the second in the series, and I'm going to take out like the hearts for the birds and stuff because it's a little Valentine's Day-y, but my son Evan loves red brick houses and he's like, oh, I really like that one. I'm like, perfect, I can do that. And I think I'm going to try to make this not a heart, although I do kind of like it like that, but I'm going to take off the little lovebirds at the top and just kind of make it more for one person instead of for 2 people. And yeah, so that's my plan for that. And I'll just kind of pull this into, it's such a mess in here too, because I know I have just like, I just have floss everywhere because I've just kept it all together. Like I've kept, for every single one, I've kept all the floss together. It's kind of a mess. Then I have some of the other ones in here, like that I'm going to do. Anyway. This needed a bigger bag for sure, because it's kind of a big project and I don't want to not have the floss in there if I decide to like substitute for something. Anyway, okay. So this is my last whip, and then I will go on to plans and a few Jingle Ball little fun stuff that I have planned. I am hoping that I will film again just probably the weekend of the Jingle Ball. I'm actually off that weekend again. 2 years in a row I haven't worked the Jingle Ball weekend, which I think is a sign. So I think that's my plan. So it'll be a little bit of a shorter time in between videos, and then I can get myself back on my first of the month plan. So yeah, so I didn't join any classes. I didn't take any classes. I just find that I'm afraid I won't finish it, which is most likely for me exactly what's going to happen. So I'm definitely afraid that I won't finish. and you only get the class for 30 days. So my last WIP is going to be Winds of Autumn. That was called First Wind of Autumn by Blackbird Design. I started this also with Michelle, Red Dirt Stitcher. We started this when I was in PI in September. We started it together. We didn't actually stitch. We didn't actually stitch when we were together, but we started it at the same time in the same province. So that counts. I think it counts. Oh, the wrinkles are just doing me in, guys. Like, I just can't. I can't with the wrinkles. Bad choice. Tried to save time, and that's going to drive me crazy. But I'm not refilming, so that's what it is. I'm stitching this with all of the called for. They're all weeks dye works, all called for on Ren, 36 count Ren. Because originally I was going to turn it into the strawberry, and the strawberry is on 36 count. So I wanted it to be like the template that would match, and now I don't know if I'm going to turn it into a strawberry or not. But here is where I got. Let's see. So I'm afraid my lighting is a little off. I have my ring light on, but it's so dark. Apparently we're getting a big snowstorm this weekend too, which is, I mean, it's festive, I guess. So here's where I am. So I did quite well. The bird is almost done. I love him. So yeah, I used all the called for. I don't remember what the called for actual fabric was though. I rarely use the called for fabric because I just don't have them. But yeah, I think it turned out really good. This one I will pack away now until next year. I think this one won't stay out in my whips. It'll pack away till next year, and maybe I'll get it done next year. Fingers crossed. And it's in this beautiful bag that Michelle got me. It's so pretty. It is, what is the name of it? Little Boat 88 is the tag. And it's just so, I love vinyl front bags. It's so pretty. It matches so nicely. And so that is it for my whips. I have one new start planned also with Michelle. I feel like we just stitch everything the same now. And then I have a few plans for the month coming up that I'll go over. Oh, actually I have a few things here. Hang on. Everything is falling down. Everything's falling down. Okay. So let me start. So, Michelle and I are starting, Goodness and Mercy. So we picked this up. We were planning on starting it. I think it was Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher's birthday start. And I had seen Tara, Sully Stitches. I had seen her say that she was going to start this. And I was like, ooh, I need to start that. And so talking to Michelle, she was like, oh, I'm going to start that too. And I was like, okay, this will be fun. And I think the original start date was like October the 7th or something. And Michelle's didn't get hers. I don't think I did either. But Michelle definitely didn't get hers in time because we are Canadian and Canada Post was having a moment of striking again. They still are. It's like a rotating strike thing, but it hasn't been affecting us as like much as when they were like full, everything was on strike. So she got hers and we were like hemming and hawing. Mine's all kitted up and we decided to do it as a Remembrance Day start. I thought that was kind of a nice one to start. For our Remembrance Day in Canada is November the 11th. And so I'm actually working that day, but we're going to try to start it that day. I don't know how much I will get stitching on it because I'm kind of heading into more Christmas stitching, but we definitely wanted to get it a start. It's so pretty. There's so many people that have been stitching this. I love it. So I'm going to stitch this with all the called for colors on 40 count Old Sheep by XJU. Let me see if I can do one of these like, it's like a combo. It's DMC, it's Weeks, it's Classical, it's a little bit of everything. But this is what I've got. This is not, my lighting is not great. This is not showing this fabric. It's showing up a little different on, yeah, it's showing up lighter, honestly. But I'm very excited because I am a big fan of the XJU fabric. So that is going to be our start. So we're going to start November 11th, which I think is next Tuesday. And I'm actually going away next weekend with another friend of mine. So I'm going to bring this project with me. I probably won't get any stitching done, but I'm going to bring it anyway. I always like to have a project like with me, just in case. I don't know. So I'm going to bring this with me when we go away. So yeah, so that's my new start for Remembrance Day. And after that, I have one more. Oh, I don't have it. I didn't bring my iPad and I'm filming on my phone. So I have two Jingle Ball starts. One that I'm doing with other people and one that I'm going to start this. So the first one is my Zoom group that I Zoom with every other Thursday. We were talking about the Jingle Ball like a while ago, quite a few weeks ago now. And what kits, like this was before everything went on sale, like, oh, what are they going to get? What are we going to start? Blah, blah, blah. Like, and I was like, I still have stuff started from that I purchased, 2 patterns that I purchased 2 years ago at the Jingle Ball and haven't even kitted. And it turns out that all of us had, it's Heartstring Samplery's Go Tell It on a Mountain. I don't have a picture of it because it's a PDF and I don't even know where my iPad is and I have my phone. So I do apologize for that. The other one that I bought was Santa and the Wool Makers, which I think was Kathy Barrick. I don't remember. I didn't kit that one. Anyway, so we realized so we're going to start at Jingle Ball. At some point in the Jingle Ball weekend, we're going to start this. I have most of the called for. I need a white, I think. So it's like it was a combo of DMC weeks. It's got a little bit of everything. And I think I changed the red because I have a ton of the Buckeye Scarlet and I thought that's kind of a good red for Christmas. And what am I stitching? Oh, I dropped it. Excuse me. One moment, please. Oh, my hair. Okay. Oh, good. This still has a sticker on it because I don't have it in a bag. I have nothing. This is 30 count. Oh, it's Hemingway by Needle and Flax. I have never in my life stitched on Needle and Flax. It's not that easily accessible to me. And this was a very, very small piece that I picked up when I was at Hobby House. So I did that a little bit when I went. I picked up some smaller pieces just to see if I'd like it, like, because they're expensive. Like, they just are. Fabric's expensive. So this was the Needle and Flax this is Hemingway by Needle and Flax. And everybody loves Needle and Flax. So anyway, I'm going to try it. These are kind of the colors that I've chosen. Most of them except the red, I think, are the called for color. And I think I was missing a couple that I will pop into the store and grab. But I had that Buckeye Scarlet and I love that as a red. So, and I think the house color is one that I don't have. I think it's like a brown. Sorry, that wasn't very easy to show. And I didn't even show the picture. I'm sorry. So that is going to be one of my Jingle Ball starts. Last year, I only bought one pattern at the Jingle Ball, and I started it and finished it. There was a group of us that did that together, and that was this little blue coat Santa guy back here. Look at him. He's so cute. So I bought him and I was like, okay, I'm going to finish him if I buy him. And I did. I like bought him and finished him and like put him in a little, he's a little crooked, but that's okay. My first stand-up ever. My only stand-up ever that I finished. But he's adorable. I know there's a pink one this year. He's back too. There was a green coat, I think. There was a few of them. I don't know that I think I'm just going to stick with the blue guy. I'm not really a big pink Christmas person. Like even the blue coat is a little bit weird. I'm very much like a red and green traditionalist when it comes to Christmas. And there's one more start that I want to do, and I think then I will not do any more new starts for Christmas. This will be it. And I'm going to start this I think I'm going to start this as well on Jingle Ball weekend. I might do a December 1st start. I feel like I'm starting something else on December 1st. Am I? Okay, see, I need to write these things down. Anyway, this is Christmas at Winterberry Cabin by With Thy Nail and Thread. And it's so cute. I love it so much. I came across this randomly on the Kitten Stitchers website. I was looking, I don't even know what I was looking for. And it was like last year, and I ended up picking up quite a few patterns because she had some random ones that I hadn't seen. Brenda Gervais is very hard to come by in Canada. In person, it's basically impossible to come by unless you live in Calgary because Traditional Stitches carries it and that's it. So when I see it, so my plan is to stitch this on, this is my like off dye, one of a kind Roxy floss. It doesn't have a name, but it's where I stitched the Santa, which I really want to get to the framer. So this was my finish. I finished this last year. This is Patchwork Santa's Cloak by Pansy Patch. And I finished him and then I never did anything with it. It's just been sitting in a drawer. So I pulled all the called for colors for Christmas at Winterberry Cabin. That's what it's called, Christmas. And I thought they honestly looked super, super good on this the other side of this. Okay. I'm not very good at this showing of the colors, but where's my red? Because the red is what pops. Some of them are a little bit more muted. And I like that about the Brenda Gervais, but then sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want to darken them. So I may take some of them and darken them up. But if you look at the actual picture, which I just put back in the plastic, like some of it is very, very like blended in, like those little houses back there. So we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing with it. I may darken some of them, but I did pick all of the called for colors. And we're going to go with it and see if I have to brighten up the white or the light like this. Like, what is this? Like fawn. Like that's not going to show up super fantastic. I don't think. It's almost the same color. So we'll see. But I have picked that and we'll see. We'll see when I start it. It might be a December 1st start, or I might start it as well on the Jingle Ball weekend. So those are the new starts that I have planned. I have nothing else planned in the way of new starts until my New Year new start. That's not true. I have a Christmas Day start. Oh dear. I'll talk about that in my next video because I don't have it to show you. But I will go over a couple of the projects that I have pulled to work on in November and December. So I will probably work on the same set of projects, kind of like I did for September and October. I just tried to get farther along on the projects that I was working on. So I've pulled this is pretty much all I have for Christmas projects. I don't generally keep a super high whip count. And so I pulled the ones besides my new starts, which actually now that I've looked at the big pile is actually quite a bit. So there's a few things that I'm going to work on in the next couple of months. I just don't know the order. And I'll show you whatever whips I work on in my December video. But the first one is This Joyous Season by Plum Street. Now, I don't think I worked on this last year at all. I think I started this 2 years ago. And it's so pretty. I don't know why I'm not working on this, but here's where my progress is. Like the house is all outlined and everything. Like I just need to spend a couple of days just like doing the house and calling it a day. It seems kind of silly that I haven't worked on it much, but I haven't. And I love it. It's beautiful. I'd love to have it out. I am doing this on, this is the mallow. It's like a 40 count mallow. And people say they really don't like it, but I haven't had a problem working on it. It is a little different, but yeah, so I'm working on that, or I'm bringing that up into my rotation. I don't really stick to, excuse me, a little drink. I don't really stick to like a particular, like I've done like whip go and stuff, but I don't stick to a very like, I generally just pick 5 to 6 projects and work on them for the month. That's kind of how I do it. However I feel like it. Some will get like 5 or 6 days. Some will get 1 day. Kind of depends on my schedule. It depends on my mood. Which is probably why I don't get a ton finished, because I don't have a really good, like, we're going to do this. I'm going to work on this till it's done. I'm not really good at that. I'm like, I feel like this project today. So my next one that I want to work on the next couple of months is Dasher and Dancer, which is absolutely one of my favorite projects on earth. I love it. I am stitching this on a 40 count. It is a hand dyed by Rolanda. I think it's latte, but I could be wrong. I'm using her floss as well. And here's where I am. So I made it all the way to the other side. I did work on this in Jolly July. So I did make it all the way to the other side. Yeah, I feel bad. My lighting is really off today. So I did turn on my ring light, but it doesn't seem to be helping as much as I was hoping it would. So there I am. Definitely not a ton done, but super fun to work on. So that's going to get some love. I am stitching it with, also hand dyed by Rolanda, Ruby Whisper. So this is the floss that I'm using, which is in a bit of a mess. This is beautiful, like variegated floss. So pretty. So that's coming into rotation for this month. I'd say the next 2 months. I feel like they're all going to be in rotation for the next couple of months. I have a few other like Christmassy crafty things that I need to do, like stockings and stuff to make. I'm making my daughter and her fiance stockings. I have to make one for the newest grandbaby. I'm actually making one for a friend at work's mom. So I have a few like other like crafty things that I really need to work on that I haven't, that are, sorry, it's gonna crinkle. I'm not prepared for today. So we'll see how much. Sometimes the stitching is harder to do when I don't have as much time, but when I'm making other stuff at Christmas. Oh dear, look at this, is a mess. Okay, so my next one that I'd like to get some stitches in on is Quaker Christmas. This is Quaker Christmas 2, I think, by Bygone Stitches. I remember first seeing this on, it was Sherry, the Colorado cross stitcher, and it was just like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. She, of course, is finished. I am not. I started this a couple years ago, like quite a few years ago, probably now. I did change the colors. I'm stitching with Classic Colorworks Ribbon Red and what's the green? It's like Grasshopper or something. Let me see. It is Grasshopper. So these are the two colors that I'm using. I like that really traditional red and white fabric. I'm just stitching it on regular 40 count white Zweigart. I just love it. I really love those like Christmas colors. I just think it looks so pretty. It is so fun to stitch. Like I really, really enjoy this, but I really don't take it out very often. So I would really like to get some good work done on this in the next couple of months. It's just so pretty. It's so Christmas. Like I just love it. So, oh, Songs of the Season. It's Quaker Christmas 2 Songs of the Season. And what was it originally called for? Was Blue Spruce and Currant by Gentle Arts. So I definitely like brightened those colors up a little bit to give it more of a traditional Christmas feel. Okay, I've got 2 more plans for like 2 more projects that I'm pulling into rotation for this month. And then I'm all done. So the next one is Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. It's a classic. I don't know if it's really a classic because it's relatively new, but everybody's stitching on this. And I don't think I have what I'm right. I don't think I wrote down what I'm stitching this on. I need to go back and do that. I did work on this a very, very, very little bit, I think, during Jolly July. It's very, very, very wrinkled. Oh, it's so wrinkled. This is going to drive me crazy, this whole video. So here's where I'm at. I did change the red and green to make it more bright, more Christmassy. And I think I changed the roof color because my roof color was very, very pale and I didn't like it. I like a black roof or a dark roof. So that's where I am. Actually, I don't think I worked on this. I don't think I worked on this in Jolly July. I think this is what it looked like last year. I'd love to get that big house done. So, yes, because I pulled it out and I thought the house was done. I don't know what made me think that, but I like pulled it out and I was like, oh dear, I am definitely not as far along as I thought I was going to be on this. And then I was like, oh, and then I don't think I worked on it at all. So yes, and then I've got one more that I'm going to pull out for this Christmas season, and then I think I'm all done. And this I started this year at Jolly July. Where's my picture of it? And it's the Noel sampler, which I absolutely love so much. I love it. This is another one where I'm pretty sure I have a mistake in the roof or something. And then I was like, ooh. I'm stitching this on 40 Count Through the Looking Glass by Tabby Cat Linens with all the called for. It's all DMC. So it's all the called for DMC. I didn't change anything. But I think this one, I can't remember if I ripped it out or not, but I remember having, oh, I did rip it out. I remember having a roof issue. Like the roof went in the wrong spot, but I don't remember what the issue was. So this is my problem, is I will rip stuff out, but then I don't know, like I can't remember why, like where was I off? Like, am I off here? Am I off? Anyway, I should, when I need to frog something, start it back again so I remember why, because I do remember having to rip this out. It is very pretty. It is absolutely beautiful. This will definitely get some love this season for sure. Yes, I vaguely remember. I knew I had done something with that roof, with that little house, but I don't know what. So I guess I will find out. I think that'll probably be the next thing that I work on. I'm going to do a couple more days on Peace and Goodwill, I think. And then just because it's working up really nice and quick. And I'd like to get that a little bit farther along. And I think that is my video for today. I don't think I have anything else to tell ya. If you are stitching any of these pieces, let me know. Tag me on Instagram. I get the tags, but I don't post on Instagram very often. I know. I'm always like, I'll try to be better, and then I forget all about it. I'm bad to take pictures. That's the problem. I'm very bad to take pictures and like actually post them. But, or if you're going to start any of the stuff that I am also starting, just let me know. Send me a message or an email or an Instagram message or something, and just let me know what you're stitching. I did have giveaways from 2 videos ago now that I have sent out. We are still experiencing a bit of a rotating strike. So if you're waiting for those, I do apologize. They will get to you. It's just some are getting faster than others. So it's like some people got them like really quickly and some people didn't. So I do apologize for that. They have all been mailed out. I'm going to hold off doing giveaways for just a little bit, just because of the, like, I don't know. And with Christmas, anyway, I'm just going to hold off on that for a little bit. And I think maybe during my whip parade, I'll do some then. So I'll hopefully be back for a video in the next couple of weeks. I'll try to do one sort of Jingle Ball weekend-ish. If you're going to the Jingle Ball, leave a message down below. It's always fun to like see people, like if you're in their rooms, like that's really all I use Jingle Ball for. Like I don't do the classes or anything, but I absolutely love to like get in the rooms and chat with people. That's always so fun. And I hope you guys have a great couple of weeks. I hope you get lots and lots and lots of stitching done. I will hope to get lots and lots of stitching done. We'll see what happens. And I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.